are the Lions, 5 of Kenya's most successful and enterprising business leaders. Over the coming weeks, they will make or break the dreams of dozens of budding entrepreneurs. The rules of the den are simple. Entrepreneurs have just 3 minutes to pitch their ideas. The Lions will then interrogate them on every aspect of their business proposal.
You got to be passionate about it.
I don't really see the benefit of it.
I'm all by Build Kenya, but I'm also practical and realistic about where my funds will go.
I don't think your company's worth what you're suggesting or even close to that.
What on earth have you been smoking, drinking or watching?
The entrepreneurs must leave the den with the full amount asked for or more money in return for a share in the company. If not, they leave the den empty-handed. With millions of Kenya shillings up for investment, entrepreneurs will have to impress the Lions to get a hold of their cash.
You come and work for me. You're a brilliant sales guy to start with.
I think you need us to help you grow it to that point.
Okay, so I'll make you an offer.
I'll provide access to all the distribution you need.
I'll give you everything plus more.
I'm your man.
I think we have a deal.
So, who are the Lions? The highly accomplished investors who have each carved out their business empires through vision and determination. Event management and corporate entertainment guru, Mike Rabah. Fashion designer and retail heavy hitter, Wandia Gishuru. Manufacturing dynamo, Dashan Chandaria. Publishing and PR media mogul, Olive Gashara. And tech investor, hospitality and serial entrepreneur, Chris Senanu. To face them takes nerve and vision. The Lions can sense fear and uncertainty. So, who will be bold and brave enough to enter the den and come away with a meaty investment?
Welcome back to KCB Lions Den. Tonight, sparks fly as the Lions are confronted by a life-saving mobile application, Kenyan-made eco-friendly textiles, and a technology that can run a car on nothing but air. Will this week's budding entrepreneurs convince the Lions to part with their money? First to face the Lions is 36-year-old Michael Ndwati, whose innovative mobile platform plans to revolutionize the way Kenyans vote in elections.
Well, I'm sure you're wondering what all these props are about. I just took part in an election. So my name is Michael Ndwati. Mkura, as the name suggests, is voting using a mobile phone in elections. What we have done so far, we have a running up in prototype phase already. Once you download the product, you can register in and be able to see how you would vote in a general election using your phone. So what I'm asking for today is 1.5 million Kenyan shillings for 25 equity stake in my company.
A short and punchy pitch for a platform that aims to bring voting online. With the general elections around the corner, will the Lions see the potential in Mkura?
So it's done no business so far?
No, at the moment it hasn't done any business yet. Why we are seeking the 1.5 would be to actually develop it to a state where it can be used in small-scale elections first. The university ones, the SACCOs. So for now, yes, not yet up and running.
A startup with little track record. Will this put our Lions off?
Where else in the world has online voting like this worked, especially at a national election scale?
They say Estonia did it in 2007, but anywhere else, not yet. But we can always be the first.
Do you really believe it's feasible that the government body that runs elections would actually come and use you guys? Or would it need to be their own system?
The IEBC perhaps, or the body that runs elections in Kenya, we don't want to handle their register. We don't want to be involved in their register. So we'll actually lease the software to them so that they can actually run their register and their election through it. And after that, the Mkura reverts back to the original owners.
How exactly are you going to, is Mkura going to make money?
Elections cost money. We wouldn't even talk about the billions that it does for the general elections. Let's just go down to the lower level ones, like the university elections. We run the election for them.
What exactly are you selling? And how are you going to make your money? You've not answered that question. So what would you charge, say, Daystar University for the elections of their student president?
What we do is we look at the size of the voters. The voter number.
4,000 voters.
4,000 voters.
What would you charge?
You charge 50 shillings per voter. And that wouldn't be much money. Let me get it to this. Assuming you have a circle with 500,000 members, and they're there, and every member needs to vote. Charge them 10 shillings per voter.
So assuming all these 500,000 people have smartphones?
Well, you see, if for lower cadre elections, you can use the USSD model as well. The hash code, the *123, to get back your members, because perhaps you don't need to see face.
Sorry, Michael, so quick one, just add on to what you're saying. If we give you the money today, what do you expect in 6 months' time? Because I don't think you've thought about it clearly.
In 6 months, I think what we expect is to have a few clients on board.
A few is how many? So I'm not trying to.
Do you have any financial projections?
Yes, I do.
Like, for example, I think what we want is, so we are today, 2 months from now, it will all be ready and done. And then after 2 months, we project that we'll have our first client who will pay us 2 million shillings.
Yes. Year 0, which we are in right now, is the months to develop the product. So we go to year 1, where we had projected to at least have a bit of negative, say 200,000. And in year
How many
4,
clients is it?
Yes. The model itself is based on small, medium, and large customers.
So small clients, you're expecting to make what, 200K, 500K, 1 million?
Around that much, because you see, it depends with how many they come to.
And certain in so many aspects of his business, our entrepreneur feels the heat under intense fire from the Lions.
So, Michael, I think the idea is noble. It's time and place is here. Yeah. I still think it's a bit green. I'm not sure about the numbers. Yeah. So for that reason, I'm out.
I'll second Mike before you go on. You've not really figured out how it's going to be commercialized, and for that reason, I have to say I'm out.
Michael, I'm out as well. Me personally, it's too early. I need to have seen something proven, even if it's not yet fully on the market, but at least it's been tested with real clients before I can invest, and I really encourage you to do that as your next priority.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So I've been listening patiently at all the questions being fired. I think there's some questions that need to be answered more concretely. For that reason, I'm out, but I think it's a good initiative.
Thank you so much.
4 of our Lions declare themselves out. Our entrepreneur must turn to the fiery Chris Senanu as his only hope for investment.
So here's what I think. You have a concept, but you don't have anything else.
Right.
You have a concept, and actually you have a brand. Obviously, you're a marketer.
Thank you.
Apparently, I'm a marketer too, a chartered one.
Good one.
I'm going to make you an offer. 1.5M for 49%.
Any chance we could counter?
No. And I need to add a proviso. All of that money will go into development. And my money will go direct to the programmers to do this. That's what I want, 49%.
Mine is not the money as such. Is the strategic partner who will take me to be ready to hold an election if I'm called. So for that reason, I think I'd like to accept your offer. Thank you, Chris.
A surprising last-minute offer from Chris Senanu, who saw the potential of the M. Kura brand. But it comes at a high equity stake for our entrepreneur.
It was a fight. I had to give away much more than I wanted. Thank God I got the deal. And I'm looking forward to working with Chris on that.
He's got a brand. It's easy to get a top of mind.
Well, nobody is ever okay giving 49% of their baby, but for good reason, I think it's a good deal.
Next in the den is Helping Hands, a social enterprise that focuses on home care health services.
My name is Anthony Misheni, the founder and CEO of Helping Hands. To my right is Ian Kemadi, the co-founder, Naomi Kerubo, and Fred Kiriuki. We provide cost-effective home care services to people that are elderly, terminally ill, the sick, and the disabled at the comfort of their homes.
Now with the increased number of terminal illnesses like cancer, life and work demands are making it really difficult for families to take care of their sick and elderly.
We are here today to seek an investment of 4 million Kenyan shillings and willing to give you 15% equity. Over the last 3 years of active business, we've been able to raise over 2.3 million Kenyan shillings and provided job opportunities to over 70 caregivers and nurses.
A young and dedicated team present their noble venture to the Lions.
So what was your turnover last year?
It was 1.1 million Kenyan shillings.
Which means about 100,000 shillings per month was your turnover?
Yes.
And your profit from that?
It's slightly above 500,000.
So how does it work? You have people who go to the homes and are there permanently?
Depending on your needs, we provide medical staff to come and do whatever that you require depending on the needs.
So if I had a sick mother at home,
yes,
and I needed somebody there 24/7,
yes,
what would that cost me?
In a month, 60,000, 60,000.
60?
Yes.
Just explain the family dynamics. How do you profile your clients?
They are mixed. There are those that you find they have someone to be with them at home, and the others that you find they have no one else to do this kind of support and care at home, so they need someone to come and do total care without just with their cooperation, but then someone to do it totally, the medical care.
So I'm interested in the training school. Are you a doctor?
Myself, I'm not a doctor, but in the company we have people who are professionals in the healthcare, like Ian here, who is my co-founder. So he has the necessary certification and licenses.
So Ian, you're a nurse. So by caregivers, you mean nurses?
They are nursing assistants. They are trained at a basic level of nursing.
And so you want the 4 million shillings to train more caregivers?
The 4 million shilling is we have done the basic marketing. Reaching our target markets has not been fully exploited. And so one of the things we go to the money is, with the 4 million is to extensive marketing, acquisition of some of these tools. And then the needs are rising. We need to ensure that we have more staff. Now we want to start another training school.
Who are you targeting with this service?
Our perceived client is this person who is career-oriented, is a person maybe who is studying, is someone who has a family, okay? And so they are not able to abandon their normal life to fully be able to handle this kind of care at home full-time.
The entrepreneurs provide assured responses to our Lions questions. But will they convince them that the numbers add up?
Anthony, how did you reach the valuation? Because you valued your company at over almost 25 million shillings, yet you've only done revenues of about 1 million. So I'm just wondering, how did you reach that figure?
We based on what we're going to do now, and at the level we are in, and also the pool of nurses and caregivers that we have. There are quite a number of them, and also what we've also been able to market and where we've already reached in terms of marketing and people and all that. So we realized that for us to go wherever we want to go and reach the markets we need to reach, then this amount of money we need at this point.
So Anthony,
yes,
personally, I like your business. I think it's fantastic. I'm from a family of doctors, so I totally get the importance of home care especially. But I think what you need to do is you need to focus on connecting and networking with other doctors and hospitals, especially when it comes to marketing. You need to focus your emphasis on spending time in doctors' plazas and building connections so they can send clients your way. So personally, I'd have to say I'm out.
A typical house help is between maybe 25 and 30,000 shillings a month.
20 maybe.
Or 20 maybe. Don't you think your model, you would have more people subscribing if you were down at 40,000 or even at 20,000?
We do that. Actually, the 60,000 is when you have complex cases. So before you even come to provide the care, we do assessments. What kind of care do you require? We judge that this person requires complex care. We provide for you a nurse. We cannot give you a caregiver.
4 million for 15%. That means your business is worth 25 million. You're saying that your business is worth 25 million today?
No, it's not 25 million.
I'd be interested in investing, but your valuation doesn't make sense at this point, so I'm out.
An over-ambitious valuation cost the entrepreneurs their second lion. How will the other lions respond?
So Anthony, I think your business has a lot of potential. There's a lot of scale. At this point, putting in 4 million for me would be a bit too much to put into I don't even know that you could handle it yet. At this stage, that's not what I'd be looking to do. So I'm out and I wish you all the best.
I think the future of your business will be in training, not in providing the care. And as intimated here, we all are relatives looking for work. If they can be trained well enough, they can take care of my people. So I'd rather move the emphasis on training and build that training center more than providing the care myself. So I think when you get to that stage, reach out again. So for that reason, I think I'm out.
I like the idea. You're very dedicated, committed. I see that in your eyes. I see that from your body language, the way you're talking. I think you need to spend a lot of time concentrating also on word of mouth to really get your services out there. Get more clients by referral. I'm likely, if I have a person in my family who's been looked after well by you, to say to somebody, a friend, or somebody in my network that, by the way, you should use this company. should use their services. I would definitely like to have a discussion with you sometime in the future. For that reason, I'm out, but I wish you all the very best.
Lots of advice from our Lions to the young team, but no investment in their business at this stage.
Do you get this sense that maybe you weren't as prepared when it especially came to your valuation? 4 million shillings for 15% stake in your company made the valuation a bit too high.
Yeah, we think that one is an assignment. We need to go back and do some good evaluation of the company and see how much it can be valued at.
They know they want 4M, but they didn't do the calculation as to what it's equivalent in their business. They should have split up the concept. He should have come asking for 2 million to market. Stage 2, you ask for another 2 million for the school. Yeah.
LionsDen, powered by KCB Bank. LionsDen, powered by KCB Bank. Next in the den is Amdones Herbal Soap from Mombasa, looking for investment in their decade-old business.
This is Amdones Herbal Soap. I make it on my hand. I'm now 11 years doing this business. Every month, if I sell this soap, I get 40,000 K. Each piece, I sell it 40 shillings, and the profit is 17 shillings.
We feel if you support us, we shall be able to market it everywhere, especially in the supermarkets and in big hotels. Right now, our funds are limited, but in case you support us, we shall be able to do that. Actually, you can see the product.
I request 500,000 to implement my business.
500,000 for how much equity?
4%.
So right now, how many people do you employ?
More than 80 people.
80?
80.
How many times do you manufacture and how many do you make each time they come?
I make it 4 times.
In a week?
A week.
How many do you make?
500, 600. It depends by orders. I can make this product more than 1,000 per week.
So last month, how many sales did you do?
I sold you 40,000 per month.
Shillings or number of pieces?
Shillings.
Shillings. Okay.
Shillings.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it grows, sometimes it drops.
Mzee Abdallah is passionate and knows his business. But is it too small for the Lions to bite into?
So what exactly do you need the 500,000 for?
For buying more materials, the ones we use for making the soap.
What are the raw materials?
Caustic soda, and the oils we use palm oil, there's coconut oil, and uto. This is a type of cooking oil.
Cooking oil and aloe vera liquid.
So those are your names?
Yeah, this is my name.
Abdallah?
Abdallah Mwangoma Dones. Yes.
I think it's a nice product. It feels really nice. It's not dried out my skin, which is important. However, I think that this space is so populated and everybody and their auntie is doing some sort of herbal soap. So it will become very difficult, especially for this specific product, to sort of make it stand out from the rest. And for that reason, I'd have to say I'm out. Thank you.
The challenge I have is with the valuation that you've given to the company. When you've asked for 500,000 for 4%, it means you valued the company at over 10 million shillings. And it's very difficult to see from your current sales and the sorts of revenues that you have, how you could possibly reach that valuation. I think you really need to think about the figures and what the company is worth at this stage before you'll be able to bring in, at least for me, let the others speak for themselves, but for me the figures are too unrealistic. So for that reason I'm out. Thank you.
Our aloe vera soap manufacturers have now lost 2 lions. What will Chris Senanu say?
My issue, obviously, on the basic is the 500,000 for 4%. If it was 20%, it begins to make some sense to me. So I think I'm out.
So who else is doing this? And is your formula special? Are you using special ingredients, or is anybody can make it in the village?
Not anybody can make it. You need to have the skills.
I trained in Kenya Red Cross. So they empowered me to do this business.
Why did you say 4% and not 5 or 6 or 7?
If you rate it very high, to an extent, we are not going to be able to meet other expenditure. So at least we thought that rate will be practical.
Okay, I'm going to put an offer on the table. I'm interested by the sheer fact that it's got some benefits. I'm willing to take it up for 40%, not 4%.
40%.
That will be very big. That's not practical.
What's the maximum you're looking at giving? Maximum percentage?
We can make it 10%.
I believe you overvalue your business. So for that reason, I think I'm out.
Okay, I want you to understand something. I don't know if you know the business I run. It's called Chandaria Industries. We're in the hygiene space, personal hygiene space. I have a distribution network not only across the country, I have a distribution network across East Africa. I'm interested in the business. I already have the brand, I have the infrastructure, I have everything to make your business a success.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
But I'm struggling with your valuation. Asking 500,000 shillings for 10% is not attractive for me. I am interested, but I want you to really think about what is the maximum percentage and then I can make a decision.
So we can make it 20%, it will be available.
Okay, if I was to say for 30% of your business, I will give you the full amount, 500,000.
Okay.
Can we have a deal?
Yes.
Yes, so are we saying yes? Okay, very good, thank you.
Our entrepreneurs walk away with not only the investment they were looking for, but access to Dashan's large distribution network as well.
Tunasikia raha sana. Tulikuwa tuko chini, lakini sasa tutakuwa na tutaingia katika ulimwengu mzima ambapo tutakuwa tunapeleka sabuni zetu tukipata profit zaidi.
You got sliced? Right. As he was left over here looking at his 40% like,
I have the distribution network, it's just now about how we're going to...
It just needs the right packaging and the right consumer.
But now he has Dashan, so he's going to stand out from everybody else. So.
Sasa tutaanza kupiga hatua ya mbele zaidi. Kwa sababu tulikuwa na mahali padogo kwa kazi. Sasa eneo litakuwa ni Afrika mzima.
Sasa, congratulations, I'm doing this happen so.
Asante sana.
Next in the den is Rolly Etabale with his ambitious crime prevention technology.
Hi Lions, my name's Rolly. Phone money. Thank you. Sorry guys, I'll sort that out. My name's Rolly from Snapmail. We are looking for 2 million at a stake of 25%. Snapmail is a personal life-saving mobile application that can nab crime. A single click on that app enables automatically to capture 5 photos of the assailant, automatically uploads and sends them to your email address. You can use them actually for further intervention while seeking justice. They bear location, date, and time.
Our entrepreneurs' crime reenaction and short pitch leaves our lions dazed and confused.
So in the middle of an emergency, you are expecting someone to take out their phone, go to the app, and take a picture.
Yes, actually, the reason why we want to do an activation is actually to enable us actually, create awareness, to let people know that it should stay always on the front part of your phone, so that it's for emergency security purposes.
Okay, so you're saying it should be one of the active apps?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi. So you're walking on the street, your phone is in your bag, someone comes with a knife to steal it. Somehow you must get your phone out and press something to make it work.
Yeah, actually security is something paramount, and you have to take an extra mile for it to rescue.
No, I understand. In the process of someone putting a gun near your head, I don't know that you have the time or the opportunity to actually pull your phone out.
Let's look at that scenario that just happened. How were you going to take his picture? He's holding a knife. You could be like, okay, just hold on 1 minute, click, click, click.
Yes, actually,
And
it's not necessarily for it to capture the 5 photos, even if it takes a single one.
But he's looking at you like, I'm a bit lost.
So I want to ask you what I ask everybody who has an app. How many apps do you have on your phone that you pay for currently?
I pay for WhatsApp alone.
You pay for WhatsApp?
Which version is that?
Okay.
I've upgraded actually on a premium version of it.
So, Rolly, for me personally, I have to understand the business that I invest in. I don't get how this one will work because I can't imagine being in a scenario. I'd be so nervous and freaked out that I wouldn't be able to get my phone out to take pictures. So because I don't understand it, I'm going to have to say I'm out.
Have you got like images from an incident and that person is live?
Because someone actually used it when they're being robbed and then you've seen that it has been used, not just been downloaded.
No, we haven't got that scenario.
Isn't that some kind of clue?
But I know that.
I'm out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm out too.
I'm out. I mean, I just do not see where this is headed.
Thank you.
I'm also out as well. I think I was out from the very onset.
Wow.
So, how was that experience?
It was good. It was a good experience, even though it didn't work, but actually, it's motivating.
But he kept talking about if you, assuming you could do this, how useful it would be. And no one's questioning that. It would be useful, but can it be done?
LionsDen, powered by KCB Bank. LionsDen, powered by KCB Bank. Next in the den is Kelvin Geeky from Athi River, who comes to showcase his design for an alternative to the petrol engine.
Hello, Lions. My name is Kelvin Geeky. I'm the concept developer at Tower Motors. Our company is asking for 2.5 million in exchange of 10% stake. We're in the business of providing free green energy to our polluted automobile industry. As we all know, global warming has become a major concern everywhere. And it's because of that I want to introduce to you the car that runs on air. Yes, the air that we breathe. Once installed in a vehicle, the conversion kit will replace the use of diesel or petroleum with compressed air. We have done 80% of the design work for this concept, and the money we're asking for will go to finishing the concept.
Wow. So you're still developing the concept. You've not yet reached the proof of concept stage yet.
We have done 80% of the design work for the concept. We estimate what we have done is able to do 74 kilometers per hour.
But have you tested?
No, they are just rough estimates that we have done on our computer.
So you've done simulations?
Yes, we have done simulations.
And what is it going to take to move it off computer simulations to do a prototype to test?
That's the reason we're asking for the 2.5 million to complete the design, get some specialized engineers to perfect the concept, then do some crash tests on it so that now we are able to make the actual conversion kit.
Has anyone tried this before? Is this something that you've heard of in anywhere else in the world that anyone has tried?
There's a car known as an AirPod that runs on pure air.
Who is it made by?
It's made by a French guy known as Guy Negre. He's a Formula One engineer. Actually, if you study how a real car works, you realize that there's nothing new that we actually do.
So why hasn't it taken off? What has stopped that becoming the normal way that cars...
The news that has been there is that the person was bought off. Petroleum as some of the biggest. It's not something that...
But battery cars are there.
Yes.
So they weren't bought off?
Compressed air has far much impact than any other green car that has been developed before. Because unlike the electric cars, air is everywhere. For example, Mr. Dashan, if we put this concept in your car, you'll be able to drive from here to South Africa without refueling or stopping at a gas station.
Not India?
So how long have you been working on this, and what sort of investment has gone in to date?
I've been working on it for the last 2 years.
2 years?
Yes, and I've been, everything that has been done, I've been financing it myself.
So how much have you spent?
Around 100,000.
Okay.
Yes, 100,000 are a lot of time on research.
Will investing without proof of concept be too big a leap for our Lions?
You mentioned a conversion kit.
Yes.
Are you saying that you would fit this into a new car, or you'd convert the existing car's engine or combustion system to your system?
Okay, unlike any other green car that has been made, we are not developing a new engine. We'll just bring on board an external tank, which will be able to hold pressure at high pressure. And then we'll be able to insert an onboard compressor inside that will be refilling the tank.
You get 2.5 million shillings, you perfect that, and then what?
Now, after we have perfected this, now we'll start doing mass production. My target market, I'm targeting PSVs because it's easy to standardize PSVs than any other cars. We estimate this technology will cost around 100,000 per conversion.
So what you're going to do is, you tell him, so now you bring your matatu.
Yes.
Give me 100K, we'll put this thing in your car somewhere, then you'll never need to fuel it anymore.
Yes.
So for me, this sounds really nice and futuristic, and it's super cool. It looks like something out of the movies, so I think it's just too early. At least prove your concepts, do your crash test, something, just show that it can actually work. But at this point, we're literally taking your word for it, and on that basis, I'd have to say I'm out.
What do you do?
I'm a purchasing and logistics graduate from Leicester University. I sell insurance.
As second Olive, I think it's a bit too far-fetched for me, so I'm out.
My feeling maybe at this point, maybe ask for slightly less money from investors and see if you can push the concept just a little bit further. Before I would be able to come in, we'd have to see that it actually is able to work. I hope you make it work. I will definitely buy one of your cars when it happens, but for 2.5, when it's not yet fully designed, it would be hard to invest, so I'm out, and I wish you the best.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm out too.
Kelvin, I think we share a vision and ambition. I mean, I'm invested in an automobile manufacturing company, and every guy wants to own a company that makes cars. And I think, like the other Lions have said, it's early. You've done all the hard work to get to this point. Right? Get a realistic model that actually works, and then it'll be absolutely revolutionary. But I think it's a bit early stage for me as well. For that reason, I'm also out.
Thank you for your time.
An idea whose time is yet to come means our entrepreneur walks away empty-handed.
They really opened my eyes. I need to work really more on the concept and to improve some of the things that they have pointed out.
There must be someone trying to figure this
and
out. And
2.5 billion, I highly doubt will get him where he wants to be.
It's a bit early, but I don't think it's such early because it has taken 2 years to be here. But I appreciate what they have said, and I'll work on whatever thing they have pointed out.
If it was to work, this is a story we'd be telling our grandchildren.
Yeah.
Last in the Den is a business idea from Wote that takes green to the fashion extreme.
Hi, my name is Lucy Lau Begum. I'm a textile surface designer by profession, and I'm the founding director of Tosheka Textiles Limited. Tosheka is a Kiswahili word that simply means satisfaction. Starting in 2011, we purposely decided to create an eco-friendly and ethical textile line. And this textile line would create sustainable incomes for communities that we partner with in making the textiles. So I'm here today to give you the opportunity to invest in this highly impactful and profitable textile business. We are seeking 8 million in exchange of 7% equity. We have engaged a community of more than 3,000 households. We are now introducing a new type of silk to be able to increase the quantity of fiber that we require to make our textiles.
How many of you are wearing fabric made from raw materials sourced in Kenya? With me, I have fabric swatches that are made from Kenya material. Imagine having this into this.
Our developed line, the 3,000 people that we're engaging, can actually produce 250,000 square meters of fabric that will project sales revenue of about 1.8, I will say it in dollars, per annum.
$1.8 million worth of sales.
So this is how it works. So we have 3,000 people that will be producing this fabric with. Let's take, for example, 1,000 of those for purposes of math. Each household is going to produce for us 30 kilos of this.
And on that, what's the profitability of the 150,000 sales per month?
We net at about 23%.
23%.
Working with community households, Tosheka has ambitious targets and a proven 23% profit margin. Is this enough to entice our lions?
How do you currently sell? What are your outlets for selling?
Okay, so we have dealt with hotels. We have dealt with designers. I lived in the US, and we only sold to the US because we were producing very little and we could realize more margins. So in the US, we have sold to Anthropology, we have sold to Amazulu, we have sold to the Fabric Workshop and Museum.
So let me ask about the silk. Who else can mine this silk in East Africa?
Ethiopia do have Eri silk, and in East Africa, nobody has it. So we are actually very aggressively wanting to be the leader in this market.
Thanks, Lucy. I have a question around what will be the price point for the silk once you're able to sell it?
Our business plan is very conservative. So even that 1.89 is based on a price point of 550 shillings per meter. If you're selling raw silk, you would probably be expecting to pay 1,900 shillings or 2,000 shillings.
Is that plain or is that the printed?
That's plain without the print.
Oh, plain.
Yeah,
and to add a print, like the beautiful one you're
wearing.
What would that then cost?
Because it's a designer thing, it would cost them at least 1,500 shillings per meter.
So it goes up significantly.
It goes up significantly.
Why 8 million for 7%?
Okay, currently we already have $500,000 that we have already invested.
$500,000?
$500,000 that we are investing into this Eri silk particularly. We have trained people who can train communities on how to produce this.
So what do you want the 8 million shillings for?
Equipment. Ideally, we would have loved to get 20 million shillings.
However, you said ideally.
Yeah. However, 2 million out of that, we're looking at working capital. Okay. Because the people we are working with cannot finance our project. When they finish, they need to be paid.
So for Jan to December 2015, what was your total sales?
Our sales were, I guess, 8 million, a little less than 8 million, 7 million.
It's the first time our entrepreneurs falter in an otherwise silky smooth presentation.
Right, for me, I don't think I quite understand the textile industry. Since it's an area that's not very skewed towards my passion, I'll back out. Thank you.
I'll be out also because I'm worried about valuation at this point.
I'd just like to tell you also where I am. I think there's a lot of intricacies in your business which you definitely seem to have thought through, but I think it needs somebody who has a little bit of an understanding of this industry. But for that reason, unfortunately, I'm out.
3 lions are out now. What will the fashion and textile lionesses have to say?
I'll make you an offer. Then one day I can let me know if she'd like to come in on it or not. Just based on the investment that you've made so far. I mean, the market is great. The projections are fantastic. But, you know, it's about getting into the market. That's the whole thing. So I'd offer you the 8 million shillings that you're asking for 20% of the business.
Yeah, I mean, I love what you're doing. Silk is new and it's exciting, and the livelihoods you're giving to these families. I mean, to pay 300-400 shillings and be able to sell it for 3,000, less than a month later, I think that's incredible. I'm in the fashion space, so it's complementary. I understand fashion. And I'd be willing to come in with Olive at the 20% for the 8 million?
I appreciate, and I'm really happy that the two of you are interested. I think that the two of you would bring in the marketing aspect, and the shaping up the business model would be very critical. However, you want to understand where we have come from. And I would like to give you an offer too, counter offer, and say, consider 10%. And as we grow, you have the opportunity to grow with the business and increase your shares too.
I think what I hear you say is, you know, the business is going to grow to a point that even 10% will be worth a lot. I think you need us to help you grow it to that point.
One more bargain, and then we can agree. Let's do 15%.
Okay, 8 million for 15%.
Right.
I'm more comfortable with the 20. Let's grow the business.
Ooh,
you can buy back the 10.
Shrewd business person.
Yeah.
Fine, 20%, we agree.
Our entrepreneurs fight to lower the equity stake, but in the end, Olive and Wandia take 20% of the company.
But it was clear. There were two people that you're aiming for here.
The girls.
Yeah?
The girls.
What a technical process. I was amazed.
Yeah.
She brought me a caterpillar to feel. That was, I thought you were so keen, you know, so I just passed it straight to you. No, but I'm really happy for you. I think this is such a great story could come out of this. Such a great story could come out of this. This whole buy Kenyan, build Kenya concept, I'm so passionate about it.
What they're bringing in is not only the money, they're bringing in the distribution channels, they're bringing in the marketing. So when you look at the bigger picture.
So well done. All the best in the future.
With both our fashion gurus, Olive and Wandia, now partners in Tosheka Textiles, their unique style of Kenyan fabrics could hit the world map. That wraps up this week's edition of KCB LionsDen, where three of our entrepreneurs saw their investment dreams come true. Be sure to follow the conversation on Twitter and Facebook, #KCB LionsDen.
Next week on LionsDen.
It's too early for the den, that's for sure.
You are wrong on that.
Nah.
Input garbage, output garbage.
I want you to tell me what you want from us to strike a deal.
I'll make you an offer too.
It's really overwhelming.
Thank you.